Falling thunder is a lightning area. Enemies near the target of shattering palm will be covered in chunks of ice. If an enemy takes enough damage or dies, the ice will explode. Enemies near the target of shattering
Care for a story? What?
Tempest Flurry is a combo of 4 lightning attacks.
Speak up.
Fury unleashed! claims its own. This will do. Huh?
Speak up.
Slavery will not be necessary when the dreamer awakes.
Ah, yes. The horn of the Vestiri. Fight to the last.
Cool winds.
Once the seat of power.
Meta confirms that they plan to add tons of AI-generated users to Instagram and Facebook. What? This has got to be bullshit, right?
Context.
Meta says that it will be aiming to have Facebook filled with
Aspirations of an
AI-generated
ancient
characters to drive up
civilization
engagement
still
on its
resonate
platform.
for us.
As you might remember, the Zuck himself introduced Meta AI personalities just a few months ago.
You got Max the sous chef, who can help you come up with a recipe. You've got Lorena, who's going to be able to help you
Frozen
find the best
fate.
barbecue. These are just a few of the AIs. There are a lot more than this.
Watch is this. Some of the engagement, no doubt, comes from spam bots, which were automated to like and comment on posts. To a recent lawsuit of a mother who claims that an intimate involvement with a character AI bot led to a suicide. Well, I'm gonna just keep it real quick, okay? If your kid kills themselves because an AI told them to, it's probably your fault as a parent. This guy fell in love with an AI chatbot of Daenerys Targaryen from Game of Thrones, and he killed himself over it because she said something that he interpreted as kill yourself. It's a tragedy that it happened, but I blame the parents and not the character AI. I actually think that this is going to become a extremely common thing. A lot of these companies are losing users. What they want to do is they want to project a growing number of users in order to make the company value keep going up. The reason why companies are also doing this is that it allows companies to create narratives on on websites. Do you want to know what the strongest persuasion tactic is? How many times have you listened to a person say, why are you going against this? Everybody else is disagreeing. When like a content creator or a person won't back down from a position that they don't want to back down. The premise of that argument is that because most people think something, then it must be true. If you want to show that somebody is wrong on Twitter, you ratio them. A lot of casual people will just simply agree with the person who has more likes or assume that that person is more right. Because that's just the way human psychology is. It doesn't matter if you're right if more people agree with you. Yeah, exactly. How design friends keep me cool.
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you?
I don't know what a fucking Birkin bag is. I have no idea. It's an expensive bag. I mean, it's a nice bag, I guess. I mean, sure, it looks okay. But like, why do you like? This is the thing, bro. It's like if you have this, like, you gotta put on. Oh, what are you in a laboratory? You're trying to. You're doing experiments to find out what the fuck is in COVID. This is a. What's that? A crocodile skin bag? Like, what the fuck is this? Mickey? Yeah, is this Mickey Mouse looking at this bag?
Because you can't just walk into an airman store and buy it. You have to establish
So you gotta give them money so they can let you give them more money. This is actually not a smart thing for them to do. The reason why is that way they don't have poor losers running around with their stuff. You don't want to be like where like Supreme has these, 90-pound 14-year-olds that are wearing extra large shirts. Looks like a dress. It's like it makes the brand look bad. Same as Rolex and Ferrari. I never fucking some rich people. I had to go down there. And I went down there for that first year. And I would buy a Gucci store there and like all these other places.
That hey, I'm an Hermes customer in their life, and the first question I was asked was, "Do you have an Hermes belt?" So I'm wearing.
In the northwest,
She's acting like
U.S.
Trying to get, she's trying to apply to go to a GDKP Oldawar raid. She's like, oh, I tried to link them. See, I have one light in the darkness on 10-man. And I completed half of the achievements on 25-man.
Daily.
Bro, it's like, what are you trying to get into a fucking raid for? This is a resume. What are you doing? Tip one. Hey, yo, what's Hermes, the god of trickery? He's like, they can put it right in your face, and you can't see it. That's herpes? No, that's two different things. He was a thief as well. Yeah, did he try to steal Apollo's shit? Yeah, he did. Damn, so, like, how is it you put that in the name? They put it right in front of them and they still buy it. That's like opening up a meat store and like you selling cannibal shit and the store is called like fucking Hannibal's Meat. It's like you put it right in front of somebody, they can't see it, that's their problem.
Imagine if Dick's Sporting Goods did the same thing. And just to buy a basketball, you also had to buy a kayak golf club and some of Dwayne Johnson's Under Armour line. It'd be ridiculous. And yet that's the reality of buying a
so what's
bag.
up?
I would argue.
Well, for real though, like that's why it's valuable is because you're buying it and having it is like a status symbol. And so people that are losers buy this stuff so they can feel like they're not losing. Oh, there it is. Hermes is regarded as the divine trickster, about which the Homeric hymn to Hermes offers the most well-known account. Damn, that's crazy. How the fuck do you, like, they literally put it in the name and people don't want to fucking, like, oh my god. It's an insecure idiot tax, yeah.
Manufactured exclusivity.
It's 4,000.
I know.
And there's a waiting list.
I assume.
What's so fucking funny is, like, you can tell by, like, the way they dress. This movie is but now, $4,000 is the starting. That's what
one bag, which by the
that's why they do it, is because it's exclusive. If it wasn't exclusive, they wouldn't buy it.
way, you often don't get a say in what kind of color or style of bag you get, but if you want a Birkin bag, you're gonna have to take what they give you. So why is this happening? What is so magical about this bag? Obviously the
It makes losers feel like they're not losers. Like, it's literally that simple. Like, that's it. It's literally that simple. There's no other fucking fine print to it. That's it.
answer is subjective. You could argue it's because the materials they use are super high quality or because it's handmade by artisans. But I think the answer is a little more
I carry few
complex.
possessions.
We seek
I don't
social
have
status to what we wear, to the school, to the handbags we carry. We want to be perceived as high status, especially.
Oh, don't wing me. Don't wing me on this shit. I don't want people to see me as high status. It's fucking annoying me. One of the worst fucking things is people find out what I do. Oh, now they go, oh god.
Speak up.
Oh fuck. That's the worst thing.
Higher status than those around us. Designer items like the Birkin bag become this cheat code of sort in our modern consumerist culture.
Yeah, that's the thing, is it is a cheat code. Just like there's any moron can save up a bunch of money to buy something stupid like this.
Generational marketing has labeled values, status, wealth, and some indescribable specialness to designer items.
Yeah.
And those who buy into the marketing messages,
Here's the
therefore
thing, it's like if Versace or fucking Balenciaga, any of these people sent me stuff and it felt good, I would wear it. It's not like I'm against it. I'm not gonna spend a bunch of money on it. If I get it for free, it's the same fucking thing.
assign those same labels to the person owning the designer items. The world of designer brands from Louis Vuitton to Rolex is one where social status is achieved purely through consumption and spending. It's a system that can easily keep you poor if you're not careful, which is why I want to dive into this topic.
Of course it keeps you poor, because the people who care about it are fucking dumb. And dumb people make dumb decisions with their fucking money all the time. But you want to see you want to find out if somebody is stupid or not? Look at what they spend their money on. That's going to be a very good
Fury unleashed!
Who cares if she's fat? Make fun of her because she's buying all that stupid shit.
Today's video. Let's talk about how designer brands target the poor instead of the rich, how they prey on our psychology, help destroy the planet, and how rich we could possibly be if we didn't spend money on designer products. By the way, if you're interested in more videos on money, media, society, and intentional living, be sure to subscribe and check out my other video essays. I'm trying to post every other week right now.
The Dangers of a Stay-at-Home Girlfriend? I should probably watch that.
More like a monthly cadence, and my goal with these videos is to share financial education.
What dangers? Well, one of the dangers is, I had this happen, is they stay at home all day, think about what to be mad at you for. That's one.
Interesting, accessible way, while also encouraging people to reduce consumption for our planet. Be sure to subscribe, and thank you for watching. So first things first. Designer brands will keep you poor. Emphasis on keep, because despite high prices, these brands are targeting the poor.
People spend all
No escape!
all the time. Like, people have like a private jets and shit like that. That's this is the kind of stuff that people buy to Absolutely.
People who want to look middle and lower class folks who don't
this guy, yeah, this is Soda Poppin'. We know him.
Despite his immense wealth, he always kept that same very simple look. These are people who are running around in Gucci stocks. No matter how much I would kill to see Bill Gates dripping in Gucci.
Like that one video, that one picture, that AI picture of the Pope with like that vest and like all that other shit on, that was really fucking funny to see that. Like straight up, like that was really funny. If the Pope came like dripped out in like all the fucking like Vatican shit from like the 1400s that got repossessed like he's like having all of that shit on, like straight up coming out there, all the achievements, bro, like the legacy achievements. Like the FOMO shit, yeah.
It'd be a look. But why don't we see the uber rich in these designer brands? I think it's because they don't need to prove they're rich. We know.
Actually, there's a little bit of a clarity to this. I think Mark Zuckerberg talked about this, and he said that the reason why he doesn't have decision fatigue of having to decide to do different things. So that's actually no escape. So yeah, I mean, like that's actually the reason why him and a couple of other people had said why, but I don't know about every single one of them. But he is a empire, so like, it's going to be different for him than it would be for other people.
Basically, they're selling you a costume so you can pretend to look rich. Except that isn't typically what. If anything, designer brands can have the opposite effect.
I don't think that anybody thinks that except for habit. Like they might say that, but the truth is that a lot of the people that say that just say that because they want it. You know, they want it, but they don't have it.
Sign that says I'm overcompensating. I don't really
there's like a fucking that the louder your car is, the dumber you are. And if you have a really loud
on
car,
my side.
more than 300 consumers with a minimum net worth of $800,000 were surveyed. We found that many wealthy shoppers
well, a minimum net worth of $800,000, that means they own a house in Austin. Like, I'm gonna have to, like, this is, I guess this was like 3 years ago. Bro, it is nuts. Like, I went and I saw the way fucking houses, because I was gonna buy a house. There's a house nearby. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna buy it. That shit was $1 million. Oh my God. It's half a house in California.
luxury brands are overrated, including Louis Vuitton, Prada, when I think about there are nearly 22 million millionaires in the U.S., and I bet many of them you would never know are millionaires.
Okay.
Chances are one of them might be your next door. Unassuming, driving a Kia, shopping at Costco and TJ Maxx, they're not trying to be flashy. They're not out buying the most expensive version of everything. Because they understand the value of money, the value of being frugal, and making more than you spend. Basically, the caricature of the millionaire that we've grown up seeing on TV and now on social media is one that requires $100,000 watches and jet setting and designer brand.
Well, the thing is that the reason why guys have private jets is because they need to go places with that jet to do business. Like most of the people that have private jets, there's like a functional efficiency reason for this. Like I've seen interviews with guys and they're in like a private jet and this dude is wearing flip-flops and like a hoodie with like sweatpants on. It's not about showing off. You just need to get somewhere.
The outfits. But that's not realistic. It's just flashiness. And you might say, hey, but all these celebrities and influencers I see, they're always wearing designer.
Yeah,
Falling Tempest Bell must be charged up by hitting enemies with your staff. Once placed, you can hit the bell with other skills to make it ring, dealing damage around it.
Wear the stuff so they can make it. This is the thing, is they pay, and also it's free too. Yeah, that's why I said if Balenciaga wants to send me some free shit, now if it is not comfortable, I'm not gonna wear it. But if it is comfortable, I would wear it, that'd be fine. But they send it to people because they want them to wear it, so people that want to be like a celebrity wear it. It's that simple. It's free real estate. There you go. It's a hashtag ad.
They're totally rich. And you're right. Dua Lipa wears a lot of Versace. Billie Eilish wears a lot of Gucci. Kim wears a lot of Balenciaga. I should probably cut that partnership out.
She's trying to support her husband. Her ex-husband, Kanye. That's why she wore this. Trying to support him. Show solidarity.
Many of us are first exposed to the designer world through our favorite celebrities. But what we don't see is that behind the scenes, these influencers and celebrities get sent so many free products from designer brands too, because they know that it's free marketing if that celebrity or influencer is pictured wearing or holding an item. And some celebrities have
Fury of Frost!
It feeds straight into our
because it gets naive people to do it. Naive people that see that. There you go, and they get excited for it. And it's like, okay, great. Well, this is what all the rich people do. This is what all the rich people do. If Gucci sends me a pair of shoes and they're better than the Tetris shoes that Twitch sent me 5 years ago, I will wear the Gucci shoes. I don't care. To be fair though, I would not wear them to a lot of places because I don't want people to fucking try to talk to me or interact with me because I'm wearing nice clothes. That is the last thing I want to deal with.
Emanates from
or
rob me. Yeah, I don't
art
have
an exclusive club,
Someone
especially
breaks
one
in my
where
car,
our peers
steal
are
everything.
rich
They're
and famous individuals. It preys on insecurity, and unfortunately,
Crazy amounts of insecurity. It's sad.
and a message on middle class and lower class folks.
I did change over the year, and I was able to buy the bag of my dreams. So you'd be surprised at how much
Make more money. You're not making enough money to buy the thing you want, make more money. Stop thinking about the bag, think about how to make more money. Because how much you want to pay people that think all the time about the kind of bag they want, about that not making money. That's all they're really thinking about. They're thinking about a bag. They're thinking about the money in the bag. Literally and metaphorically.
This video I high-ticket items with the low-earning buyers pretty well.
I go to college, so I can't afford the CDG collab. I go to school.
How do you have money to buy this?
What's my parents' allowance?
Comes home, son's wearing a
The Dreamer provides.
$50 t-shirt. this on TikTok.
Showing the allure that just the designer name alone.
Shattering chill.
Is it worth it?
Yeah, every time. It's supreme. Because of
Duh, bro, duh. Like, obviously. What do you mean? No shit is worth it. It's supreme.
Took her mom to Dior store. According to the daughter, the mom had been ignored by a Dior sales rep. Which you'd think, we would go there. But instead, the opposite effect, they went back there and a lot of stuff. Just looking quickly at some
What a waste of money. What if they were just wasting and the mom took it personally? And I took this money yellow gold. Whoa, and so look at that, bro. It's not even like you don't even get the whole thing. What is it? Is the bottom part DLC? For that? Yeah.
Winter
multiple
deepens,
thousands of
bringing
dollars. Like
a
this one
biting
Dior
chill.
bag costs as much as
I
some
long for
cars and house down payments. There's no chump.
Again, I live in Austin, but okay.
Okay. What's interesting is that this rudeness the mom experienced is an alleged technique designer brands use to boost sales. Sales staff rudeness causes what's known as the pretty woman effect.
Yeah, because you want to be taken seriously.
Same with Julia Roberts' movie Pretty Woman. Kind of lucky.
How do people buy into that? I should make one of these luxury stores. This is smart. I feel like every time I see how dumb people are, it doesn't make me feel bad for humanity. It makes me feel stupid for not taking advantage of it.
Fury unleashed.
There you go.
Designer brand sales reps, quote, can end up having a similar effect to an in-group in high school that others aspire to join. For the study,
That's right, because again, all the people that care about this shit, their mind is still in it. That's actually so fucking, that is so eye-opening. Yeah, because that's what they're trying to do. These are people, they're like 36 years old, still trying to fucking overcome the fact that they didn't get asked to homecoming dance in 11th grade.
participants imagined or had
their peak? Well, it is their peak, and we weren't even that high then either.
Interactions with sales rated their feelings and their desire to after being treated poorly. Participants who expressed an aspiration to be associated with high-end brands reported an increased desire to own the luxury product.
Yeah.
Designer brands attempt to hijack our psychological desire to fit in and display status. We want to be seen as the richest person in the room, the richest amongst our friends, the richest person at work. The problem is, there's always going to be someone richer. It's always going to be someone...
somebody is in a better position than you are. One thing I've learned about people that are in a better position than me, a lot of them, whenever I know more about them, I realize I don't want to be in that fucking position. That sounds really bad.
Now.
That's awful.
My king nears.
More money.
Swastika and the Star of David together, it reminds me. That's the first thing I think of whenever I see that middle design there.
That
Yeah,
Immortal.
look at that.
Oh, please, I follow none. I ask.
Status symbols like designer handbags or luxury cars. But this cycle of chasing will leave or keep
That's only $270,000. That's what it
designer
says
handbags
up
or luxury cars.
there. That's a nice car. This is so there are cars like my dad. I think he wants me to go to the Lamborghini dealership and or like the Ferrari dealership because there's one in Austin. It's one of those things. I do not want to fucking go to one of those. Yeah, I do not. SUC car? It's a nice fucking car, right? It's an amazing car. But like, he didn't buy it because of the money. He bought it because he liked that car. Get a Tesla.
This cycle of chasing will leave or keep most people poor. When you're caught in the cycle, your time isn't your own. It's owned by the drug of buying manufactured status, which is paid for by the hours of your life at a job. The way I think about it is the more designer items you buy, or really anything that you buy, the more of your life you're trading away. Obviously, we have to spend money to survive, but the level of excess that designer brands promote is not essential to it. I argue instead, it actually robs us the chance to truly live. For myself,
Well, it's people that spend their whole life, like, I realize this is some fucking crazy shit that people are in, but they are on one with this. People wake up in the morning and they're pissed off because they didn't get enough sleep. And they drive to work and the drive sucks, driving a car that they hate. They get to work, they hate their fucking job. They go home, their wife pisses them off, their girlfriend is annoying. They get on the computer and they watch videos about things that make them mad, and they play video games that they stopped liking 6 years ago. And they stay up late doing that just to go to bed, to wake up the next day to do the exact same thing. And I wonder, like, why are you alive? What are you doing with your life? Where is the upside here? Is this the beginning of the Matrix? What the fuck are you doing? When is it gonna end? It's scary.
I think a lot about intention. This is where you're aware of what your personal values and beliefs are, and you try to actively make decisions that align with your values and beliefs. It's the reason I personally don't buy designer goods, because the values don't align with my values and I think that might
Stay in sight.
What the hell are you talking about? A value? Like, give a fuck about the value of the goddamn company? Like, care, man. If it's expensive, I ain't gonna buy it because it's a lot of money. It's probably not that comfortable.
time and money could be spent better elsewhere. And one of the values
I'm gonna tell you one value right now. You're gonna make YouTube videos, you should get one of these mics. Like, this is a better mic, I would say. That's a Blue Yeti. This aren't as good.
doesn't align with mine is that of the designer industry's
This is
This is what Coach's dumpster looks like, and they slash everything up. They slash them up so you can't, I guess, resell them or try to return them or something for money. It completely trash their merchandise.
Many designer brands are notorious for intentionally destroying their extra product. Coach was called out for it after that video that you just saw, and in 2018, Burberry was called out for incinerating their unsold products.
This is a very widespread practice.
I don't really think this is that big of a deal, personally. It's their stuff. They can do with what they want with it. But yeah, I mean, it is a waste. It definitely is a waste.
Practice throughout the fashion industry. It doesn't just affect luxury houses, it also affects the high street. In fact, we had H&M, doing something similar quite recently. It is, the result for me of years and years of mass production, and to a certain extent...
Somebody could have eaten that bag. That's true. There's a starving family out there could have eaten that, bro, that pair of shoes, they could have eaten that. Raw materials aren't infinite. Yeah, but like, all I'm saying is I don't like going down the path of what is and is not acceptable to do with like something that you own legitimately. I think that if you own something, you own the autonomy to decide what you want to do.
Falling Thunder is a light.
Somebody can say it's
charged
stupid, and it is stupid. But in their perspective, Like, I see where they're coming from. Because if you give this to Salvation Army, and then they got a hobo walking around with a Gucci suit on, people gonna see that and then they'll want to buy one. So it's like, I get it. I definitely get it. It's like whenever, you know, like in WoW, where like they make an achievement easy and then nobody cares about it anymore. I get it.
An industry that is profoundly inefficient.
It's a big problem.
I don't think inefficient is the word. But
Has
okay,
caused
sure,
a lot
I
of
get what you're
backlash,
saying.
which is understandable.
The
because
fell
it's kind of
drake,
wild
yeah.
to think about products, perfectly good products, being ripped up or burnt simply to keep other people away from it.
That's
it's
right.
very much giving.
Well, it's not other people; it's poor people away from it. That's what they don't want to deal with, because they give it to other rich people, it'd be fine, but they don't want to have poor people to have it, and anything like that. That's what it is. You're saying this because you sell clothes. Why would we throw away our clothes? Yeah, I don't understand. Why would I throw away why would I? What do you think? Buying an OTK hoodie is a fucking status symbol? It's a hoodie to support the war. Like, I mean, maybe at TwitchCon it could be, but besides that, ain't nobody gonna know what the fuck it is. You think you're gonna buy that bald hat that I made? It's a bald statement? That's okay. All right, let's go ahead and move on. Yeah, we don't do that shit. Give us the same shirt, make one of these. I could make it, you know what I should do? I should make a plain white t-shirt and then sell it for $100.
Poker in the causing chaos. But I think this practice nicely captures the wastefulness and illusion of scarcity that defines the designer world.
Yeah.
From an environmental standpoint, the fashion
Fury of
industry
Frost.
is a menace to our planet.
I remember I had this, Daisy had this that $6,000 Louis Vuitton bag. She stole everybody's that shit was fucking funny. Oh my god.
I know that sounds dramatic. It kind of blew my mind to learn about how menace to our planet, and I know that sounds dramatic. It kind of blew my mind to learn about how awful fashion is. Listen to this. This is from a Bloomberg article, a global blog. Quote, fashion
I think this is a good sign. I don't think this is very funny. Because we talk about Versace and Gucci. Because I'm pretty sure they're talking about not just luxury goods. And like luxury goods are one like most people are buying younger. They're buying the Mario t-shirts. Cheap goods are 99%, yeah.
oil, which is oil.
Frozen
I want to be
fight.
clear, not all culprits are fast.
You know, if I ever got a collaboration, you know, if I ever had a collaboration, I would try to take all of the characters I would have as many references to conspiracy theories I would make it where like there were like tons of like 4chan threads about it, like trying to dissect it, like just to make it, just to fucking freak people out. Yeah, the shirt is, why? Because it'd be fucking funny. That's why.
fashion places like Shein and Uniqlo, because they just promote hyper overconsumption and hyper overdisposal and really short trend cycles. And actually, the fashion industry could probably take a few lessons from designer brands in the idea of trying to build things that are going to be more long-lasting and higher quality, so that you're not constantly.
To be fair, most people don't even use these things. They have like a Chanel bag, and then they use the one that comes from Target. 90% of the time, that's why they don't get fucked up. Another reason is because they don't use them.
Go buying new things. That being said, designer brands but designer brands still keep on new trends throughout the seasons, effectively adding to the culture of overconsumption as people try to follow the latest styles. This type of overconsumption not only hurts our planet, but also our
excuse me? What in the world have y'all been shooting me? Some of this footage is starting to get real scary, I'm not gonna lie. I'm a bit freaked out. Let's watch it. That's huge. Hold on. How big it is compared to the ground below. What in the world? Aliens are here, man. This guy says orb.
The deck drove to the ocean, and I saw this semicircle of lights that keeps fighting
The aliens are here, man. In the world. That's crazy. That's huge. Hold on. Look how big that is compared to the ground below.
Shattering chill!
Aliens are here, man. This guy says orb overhead and suddenly this. Can't make this up. Are you sure, bro? Or are you making this up? Because what's going on down here? It's not this stuff that's causing your car to haywire like this? I don't know. UFO I just saw about 10 minutes ago, and now this.
Worcester, Massachusetts right now. Lights are going crazy. Again, UFOs, orbs being spotted above head. You got cars malfunctioning and lights and stuff flickering in the cities. What's going on? Y'all already know the skeptic in me is always going to go to the possibility that what we're doing may not be what they claim it to be. Even though I am a believer of so much, I'm also a disbeliever of a lot. This next clip, I don't know what to do. Viewer discretion is advised. It may scare you. Warning you now, you might want to fast forward.
Imagine tearing your house over and you're saying looking at your apparently that's what happened in this video. The person was hanging out on the couch, they look over and they see whatever this is.
could be the reflection of the person that's swimming, or this could be the gap between this creature's legs, or whatever it is. It's freaky looking.
I'm no animal expert by any means, but at first I thought it was the lower part of the body crouched down. I don't know.
This is the first time that I've looked at this clip in its entirety. Now that I'm getting better look at it, it's almost as almost like non-natural. But if this thing is potentially from a different planet, how can we expect for it to have what we see as natural movement? Who knows what these potential creatures from outer space, what kind of movement they can have? This is real fascinating. I can say that much. What do you guys think? Comment down below. Whoa, look at that! This is in LA. Did it just disappear? See? Hey, showing up here too. Something's flying. Hold on, what he say? They probably are. They are significantly smaller than orbs. Even some of the smaller orbs are smaller than those too. I didn't think there would come a day when the orbs are showing up more than the drones are showing up that's supposed to be surveilling these orbs. Like, are we really about to go into 2025 with definitive answers in regards to extraterrestrials? I can only hope.
The fact of the matter is, the extraterrestrial presence is saving our bacon for about 80 years from oil and space operations like the Earth. But we have technologies that are targeting those ET objects who are controlling the time.
One of the world's foremost authorities on the subject of UFOs, extraterrestrial intelligence, and exotic technology.
I tell you that these extraterrestrial civilizations, plural, there are dozens of them. None of them are hostile, but boy, are they concerned about our hostility.
Founder of the Disclosure Project, Stephen focuses on revealing classified information on UFOs and extraterrestrial life.
They have the ability to pretty much wipe out people, and I think that's intentional, and I think that's the problem. A voice program from the satellite and said, Dr. Drew, you need to do something. Now, we're going to dump this show out. I'm going to tell the truth and the whole thing.
It was an ancient civilization that also lasted, arguably, built the pyramids.
Well, you know,
look how crazy looking this orb is. Zoom in. Look at that.
I have no room for that.
Quickly.
Young one.
wrong one.
Falling thunder is a light. When used on a shocked enemy, Siphoning Strike will release a blast of lightning and grant you a power charge. Shock enemies with other lightning skills like Tempest Flurry to prime them for a Siphoning Strike. When used on a shocked enemy, Siphoning Strike will release a blast of armor. Mantra of Destruction must be charged up by hitting enemies with your staff.
Why is it that UFOs,
when used on a
stuff that
shocked
was
enemy,
captured back in the
Siphoning
day
Strike
was
will release a
captured with
blast of
such
lightning
clarity,
and grant you a
so
power
much
charge.
definition,
Shock
but
enemies with
today,
other lightning skills
those
like
images,
Tempest
even though
Flurry to
everyone
prime them
has
for a Siphoning
high
Strike.
definition camera in their hand, the images come
When
out
used
so
on-
blurry and so questionable. Why is that? Let's find out.
Hey friends, so this is the video that they definitely do not want to go viral. So how did we go from this to this? So in this day and age, we have more UFOs, UAPs, mysterious drones, orbs of light buzzing around the planet than ever before. And everybody has a relentless assault! Flooded with amazing data. Yet, we're seeing the best there's some images that are decades old that have been run through the ringer, and they cannot debunk them. They're basically considered authentic and real, and they're amazing. And they just capture what they do a very good job of getting, red light, and they get the shadows, because it just captures what you see. Period. That's it. And when you have they do such a good job of taking pictures. Nothing can compete. But now everyone has these phones, okay? And phones are digital. And phones use algorithms and processing software. And it takes that image that you took, right? So you're looking at a UFO. You're like, oh my God, it's amazing. You take a picture and then you look at it. And you're like, what the hell? And it's going to be this little amorphous blob. And usually it's all green. And then you try to zoom in, it gets worse. And you're like, ah. And sometimes it's disappear on the phone. All these crazy things because this is a technological device. And if you're taking pictures of something that's technologically advanced, sure it has capabilities to jam this or deal with it or mess it up, or you don't get good pictures of it. It's like a stealth type camera, okay? But old school cameras did. You get good pictures. Incredible pictures. Okay? These things are everywhere, right? Everyone's talking about work and spheres and UFOs and UAPs and weird helicopters that change shape and these drones that don't make any sense. And then everyone goes outside with their phone, they take the picture, and the picture's all all of them, okay? I've done pictures of UFOs that have been life-changing moments. And I was talking about showing the picture, okay, And I'm like, no, you don't understand. So we need more 35mm cameras. We need more people, especially hotspots like Jersey and stuff, going outside with 35mm cameras that have infrared film, that have film that needs for low light conditions, that kind of stuff. You don't need an expensive camera. It doesn't need all the bells and whistles and everything. It just needs to take pictures. Period. That's it. If you have a good lens that you can zoom in, if you want to get some like night vision film or infrared film, awesome. That's not even necessary. But I just really think that looking through history, that the first pictures of those came from something. And then as we've got more advanced, as more people have these cameras and stuff, it's not because the cameras are worse necessarily. It's because I don't think these things, a lot of them picture maybe, and maybe they have some automatic scanning technology or whatever, who knows? But, I mean, it's not illegal just to go buy a 35mm camera and take pictures of the sky. I think if more people are doing that, we might have more pictures. Anyways, that's my thoughts. Let's go back old school style, baby. Let me know what you guys think.
He made a very valid point. The technology that we have today, if these things are extraterrestrial in nature, these aliens probably do have the technology to equal our ability to capture them clearly on camera. But those 35mm cameras might be the answer to actually capture these things clearly on camera. What do you guys think? did just say that there's no light pole here. The woman reiterated. But what it looks like is that there is a central light in the middle of each of these things. You got this, which looks like it's absolutely a light pole, but I could be wrong. You got this, what looked like could be a light pole off in the distance, and this looks like it could be some sort of light as well. But I still don't understand because we've never seen stuff like this before. I don't understand why people are starting to have more of this sort of energy or aura coming off of light sources now. It's a strange phenomenon.
And there's a lot of... Did you not just see that? I just saw... It's not seeing like nothing. It's like, what's that thing that was in here?
Like the light from the home when it's turned off.
Disappear. Let it go. Move in here. Like we can't.
So this is supposed to be up in the clouds. See this plane right here. It looks like it's filming the clouds down below. But why does it appear to be people? And you can see shadow figures coming off of them, barely moving, but standing on the clouds, almost as if they're fishing in the sky. You see this? This is supposed to be, oh wow, I didn't see all of this. Looks like a human with the aura around it. I asked the ChatGPT, I got the scariest answer. Yeah, this is absolutely in the sky. Or standing on the clouds or something. That's really there. That's really happening. Why does it seem like the light is like going up and down, like almost like it's jumping? Here, and usually there's a pattern to it as well. We saw that one light that was jumping up and down for a while, that light moved in position, and then another light got introduced, and they were kind of just off doing their own thing, which makes it a bit more believable than the idea that this is just a light beaming into the sky. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure. Highlands Ranch, Colorado, on Christmas. The spiritual UAP is spotted in the sky. Looking at the comments, somebody said that this was some sort of balloon, but they also stated that they wasn't. You hear the guy that's recording? Can't nobody say better than the person actually viewing Look, at this point, all I care to hear is, oh yeah, you don't got to pay rent and mortgage no more. Nah, we got more important things to worry about, like these aliens.
So there has been a lot going on.
It's a bunch of different narratives. Some of them are very scary. The scariest one that I've heard is that the drones are looking for gamma radiation.
I made the next post about this yesterday to try to assuage some fears. So, you know, I've had the privilege of interacting with a lot of government organizations over the past few years as I've been digging down this rabbit hole. Law enforcement at a federal level, DOD, executive branch, some of the folks that I've come in contact with, they specifically work on weapons of mass destruction. Okay, so that's their job. So if there's a loose nuke in the United States, among other agencies, they would be some of the people that would be sitting in a skiff for 24 hours a day trying to figure out where it is. So, you can imagine that would be a priority. I engage with these folks. I ask them, you know, what's the sense here? People are kind of starting to panic a little bit, and this message is getting out there going more broadly. And they assured me that's not the case, that there is not a loose nuke or other type of weapon of mass destruction that these objects, whatever they are pursuing. Otherwise, they would be working in a skiff nonstop to make that go away. So, you know, that's part of why I have a high confidence level that this is not a response to a massive imminent, weapon of mass destruction threat on the eastern seaboard. You know, although this is I think a dangerous and scary situation that's going on right now, at least from that particular angle, that's not the indication.
Look, that's all I got for y'all today. That's not all I got for y'all as we speak. People filming these orbs and drones and UFOs, UAPs in the sky. As those videos drop coming into the new year, I will be back. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Leave your thoughts and comments down below. Catch y'all in the next one.
Incidences like this were much more widespread than anybody realized.
Fury unleashed!
And yet, the government didn't seem to care.
In late 1969.
The cases that required investigation, none of that went away. And so people stepped in to fill that void.
Thankfully, incidents reported by very recent
widespread.
I mean, look what these people are saying. Look what they've documented. This is real, and it's a safety hazard.
We get reports every night. I don't know what the hell it looks like. A rotating light around it. I'd like to report a UFO.
Mythology today is in the state I would say that, say, chemistry was 10
was a great advocate for civilians to do research on UFOs. He felt that the subject deserved scientific scrutiny.
30 years.
I carry few possessions.
After Hynek died in 1986, his work was carried on by a handful of national UFO research groups, even though the government
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back to another Bryce Is Right. I hope everybody's had a great freaking weekend. We're about to get into this week the right way. We're about to dive into some of the creepiest and freakiest videos I could find in the deepest, darkest corners of TikTok. In these videos, they're gonna blow your mind, make your head spin, and have you question your reality. But of course, before we get started, let's go ahead and smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't, so you don't miss out on any future content. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Let us know what's up. Other than that, let's go ahead and dive right in. Let's get it.
All right, folks, so here we are, straight from the TikTok app. This is no editing, no nothing. My dog and I come out here every night for a walk, and I had this insane spotlight. What the hell is that? Nyla, get over here right now. Hey! What? Nyla! What the fuck is that? Nyla, come here.
Almost like a buffalo. Looks like a cow almost. Oh, it's just going away now, huh?
Come here, right now. Hey! Nyla, get over here, right now. Fucking creepy. I mean, seriously. You tell me what is all this fog?
Man, we had it.
It looks like snow, that's how deep it is.
Too lately.
Or it's, you know, thick.
It's been a little while. Too much.
I don't know what the fuck is going on, but it went from snow, rain, cold to 50 degrees and fog.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Now, this is the exact type of shit that I be talking about when it comes to this geoengineering and how they alter in the atmosphere and they're fucking with the ozone layer and they're obscuring the fucking vision of the sky.
Pretty much. It was like that in Texas too. I mean, you couldn't see nothing. And it drenched everything.
Hi there.
The fog tonight?
Adorn and
What
survive.
the fuck? Okay then. Holy shit.
Wake up. Wake up. Wake
not creepy. This is one of our properties, okay? There's like a sink in every room.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Look at the steps. They're really dangerous. Whoever built these.
I'm always gonna have a place to stay.
Stairs, basement.
You can always come home.
It's very dangerous. Look at this little step.
Narrow step.
Okay, then you come down here. I'm gonna turn my flash on. Okay. Those are the stairs. This is the first room. There was like tons of people living down here. Okay?
So I'm always gonna have a home. Full freaking house down there. If they needed it. That's a lot of space.
What?
I'm surprised we don't do that to all of our houses and we can have 2 families on every property, you know? Take care of our grandparents. In our cultures that we do this, but that'd be the easiest way. Weird display of clouds. Well, it's at the same formation, double. That's weird.
No, this is crazy. I don't know what is going on today,
That's
but
more than a drone.
what is this? I'm not the only one seeing this, is it? So no lie, like I came outside to record out my window, and this is what I'm getting. After
There's no lights over here.
Yeah, there is not. But what is going on here? And there's a lot of... Wait, what is going on here?
Oh my... Did you not just see that? If I'm crazy, you can't say I'm not, because I just saw...
No, I never saw this before happen.
Yeah, and what is that blue one on the bottom? Like, what is that? It's not coming out the car. It's not coming out nothing. Like, what is it? It's like, what the heck?
Do that with your hand again? Yeah, this is no joke. And this wasn't... Look, it's disappearing. One just disappeared.
Disappeared.
Let it go. Move your hand.
Yeah. Here's that time. Water could be in between.
Dude, it's happening again.
Let's go to the TVs now. The signs come.
What the fuck is that?
See, this is watching
Streaming interruptions. Check your network connection. Is that what streaming interruptions sound like all of a sudden? Is this like anything?
I know right now. I stay stuck. Soccer, internet, and everything. Yeah. I worked for AT&T installing fiber internet. Never heard that, not once. And I did TV work too, so. Heard it.
Have you ever heard this before ever? Like on the radio or anywhere? When it's being like buffering or losing connection?
If
Like
water
I've
was in
never
the
heard this
speaker,
before.
maybe.
It's weird.
What you got, Haas?
You can zoom in more on Instagrams. It's a silhouette, right, of someone. It's actually quite fascinating, though.
What is that?
What?
Damn, beautiful.
I'm gonna need a bucket, a paintbrush, and 10 pounds of salt. Oh! Ah!
Oh, sheesh. What? Yeah, that's an instant heart attack for me. Oh, heck no. More? Come on, chill out with that stuff. Let us recoup.
Stay inside.
This is not the place all the time. This is not the place all the time.
story? Young one. Hello. I will tell your tale.
Relentless assault!
this guy, this was nuts. He was getting like real life threats for trying to call out bots in WoW.
I received one this very morning from a Discord in Taiwan, as well as a Discord in Russia. Texts about wanting to kill you, wanting to cut off my fingers and beat my hands to my family and stuff, and family members and stuff like this. Very descriptive death threats. We're not talking about getting killed in World of Warcraft. We're talking about getting killed in real life.
He's decided not to do it. But because a lot of people watched the video and were very supportive, he's actually decided to change his mind, and now he's going all in. And so he made an entire video exposing the botting mafia of WoW, $3 million a month.
Yo, what up, boys? So, it has been a couple of days since I uploaded my presumably last video. And at the time, I wasn't lying, because I had the worst 2 days of my life. It sounds like I'm overreacting, and I can understand why you guys would think that, because you don't have access to all of the information.
Yeah.
Well, today, I'm going to bring you that information, and I'm going to tell you something that 99% of the community is not aware of, including Blizzard. We have to start from the beginning. Throughout the
I would believe that. I bet Blizzard has no idea.
period of time we have created videos, I've received these threats either in-game, through YouTube, through Discord, or through my WhatsApp. But none of those threats faced me, because I know, as well as you guys know, that those are just empty threats.
Sure.
In fact, it wasn't any of the threats that I received. It was the threat that I didn't receive that scared the living shit out of me. All of this was brought to my attention by a guy working within the industry himself. This Swedish guy is running 6 bots on the EU servers. He's running 5 of them on hardcore and 1 on era. This guy reached out to me in-game and said, I want to show you something that will make you really angry. I accepted his call on Discord, and he started streaming his Discord back to me. He was extremely nice, he was very well spoken, and he explained to me that he's making almost $2,000 from running these 6 bots every single month.
That's pretty good.
He's paying about $100 for subscriptions and then a little bit more for the electricity, and he's running everything locally on his machine.
To start botting.
This means he has 2 computers, one which he's gaming on himself, and then one standing next to him with a secondary monitor where he can monitor all of his 6 bots.
If I didn't have a job and I didn't have money, I would be doing guaranteed everything.
He found my videos very hilarious because he said he would never fall for it personally. He will never die to the methods that I'm using because he's actually able to manually take over control of the bots immediately if he sees something fishy goes on his other screen.
Yeah, sure.
Now this nice Swedish guy, he didn't reach out to me because he wanted to show me his own setup. This guy reached out to me because he wanted to show me the Taiwan botting market setup. He explained to me that these guys are not only botting in World of Warcraft. These guys are botting in Path of Exile, Diablo 3, Diablo 4, Last Epoch, New World, Pokemon Go, some Star Wars game that I haven't heard of.
If you're living in Taiwan and you're making shit for money, why wouldn't you do this? Duh. It's common sense. Of course.
A bunch of other games. We want to focus on World of Warcraft because that's our game of choice and that's really what we have interest in.
It's big money.
He explained to me that this botting mafia is not running 4 bots or 6 bots. They are running 12,000. 12,000 bots. If you can wrap your head around that this Swedish guy is making around $2,000 after paying
I don't see this as being crazy. Like, this is not dishonest, you know, because like, okay, so if you're making $1,000 every $100 you spend, wouldn't you want to spend the most amount of money to multiply it by 10? I mean, that's just true, right? So obviously they're going to do this, and so the way that botters work is that they bot the game until market saturation, and then they end up stopping the service, or they actually like it'll fall off, right? Because like at a certain point So you're effectively wasting this money and you're cannibalizing your own profits because now you're effectively competing against yourself. So the best thing to do is to min-max it into that market saturation. Like, I know a lot about this for a number of different reasons. But yeah, of course it makes sense. Isn't he afraid of jail? Why would that just go to Taiwan? It's right in jail for body. Path Of Exile. But they're bragging about this drug dealer? Well, no, because these people are like, if you're a drug dealer and you're in Mexico, maybe. Well, yeah, sure. Like, or like, I don't know if Mexico, what their laws are, but like if you're in a South American country, maybe where there's like not a lot of laws, then yeah, sure, why not? Because you're not going to get in trouble. Will PoE2 end up like this? Of course. Yeah, they.
Prescription and electricity bill. You can only imagine how much money these guys are making. And that's in World of Warcraft. Yeah. You have to understand they're running this on 10 other things as well.
Right.
He also explained to me that these guys are not only running their bots locally. That means they are using warehouses, but they also utilize the cloud. If they are botting in Europe or if they are botting in America, they are using the cloud in that specific data center, so the bot is actually running within your region. That means that they don't get fucked over by the data. This also explains why most of the hunters that we saw, at least in the beginning of my crusade, they all have Chinese names. So the bot actually looks like it's from Europe. If Blizzard were to check the IP address and where it's connected from, it's most likely in a data center somewhere located in Europe.
Yeah, they're using like some sort of like VPN or remote desktop. I mean, this is very low level stuff. I mean, people just do none of this is any sort of like high-tech hacker management, right? I mean, this isn't crazy at all. Body of video game how do you combat boss?
Bots being operated all the way from Taiwan. Now, this is not rocket science. You can probably figure this out if you've thought about it long enough. You probably come to the same.
Yeah, that's the way.
The servant of the dreamer has dared and succeeded.
I had a friend of mine. I'm just gonna say,
A living
I had a
gem,
friend of mine. His name was Tyler.
and a prize.
And he had a character, and it was a warrior, and his name was Neymar. Big fan of football. He was in Hellfire Ramparts 24 hours a day.
Fury unleashed!
7 days a week. Non-stop. And it was so bad that I finally decided to message him. I'm like, oh, is this a bug? He's like, no. No, it's not a bug. Everything's clear. Nothing ever happened to him. Never. Working as intended, yes. And you could make so much money doing this. It's insane how much money you can make doing this.
However, what I'm going to tell you now blew my fucking mind, and I have goosebumps just talking about this. This botting mafia is splitting their bots up to one pack of 1,000 bots. This basically means they have 12 times 1,000 bots. They have a private developed software, private developed botting software, and they are making 12 different versions of this software. That means they are not identical. They mutate it and modify it in such a way that it looks like 12 different versions.
Of course. Obviously they would do this. Because this means that they can't reverse engineer the coding and then apply it to the other botnets. Done. Of course. Like, sure. Like, wouldn't you do this?
What?
Yeah, you can't mass ban. Well, you can, but it's like it's only this effective. It's segmenting risk. Yeah, exactly.
Whenever Blizzard's Warden system detects a botting software, it's removing them within a ban wave. This means every 4 to 6 months, maybe 1,000, which is only 1 out of the 12 packs that the botting mafia is running, is getting banned.
And also this allows them to A/B test what the differences are, because they know what the differences are between the coding software. So if they have 12 versions and one version gets caught, they can isolate the variables that cause that version to get caught.
You have your orders.
And then change
And this
it.
explains why we as the community, when
And
we
then
see
if they
there's a
do that enough times, they can also
Yes.
conversely reverse engineer the entire
You have your
process
orders.
that Blizzard has at finding the bots themselves.
That
Because,
draw
for
our
example,
attention.
if they found that, like, I'm just putting out a theoretical here, but like if they found that every single botting thing that, like, you know, in the last 2 years that they've caught us on has been click to move, okay, well then maybe it's the way that Blizzard tracks clicking.
ban wave, Blizzard comes out and they say, oh, we banned 33,000 bots. They're like clapping in their hands and we're like, oh, great, now I can go farm again. And then you go to the location that you want to farm, and the same 6 bots that you've seen there 8 times, they're still there.
Yep.
They're still there. And you're like, wait, didn't they just say that they had a ban wave? Why are these guys still here? That's the
Blizzard
explanation.
actually tried hard. No, Blizzard, the reason why Blizzard has this happen is because they don't care. They don't have anybody actively looking at this stuff, and the way that they handle this is always retroactive. Or sorry, it's retroactively. They never handle it proactively. They don't care.
These guys, when the warden detects a botting software, it only removes that particular botting software. But the 11,000 other bots, they are still running.
Of course.
And here's another crazy part. The botting mafia knows this, that every 4 to 6 months, a ban wave rolls out. This basically means that they have already prepared 1,000 new accounts and also a brand
I am
new version,
hesitant.
a new mutation of the previous software.
You have your
And
orders.
those
Of course they would do this. Yeah, duh. Sure.
same bots that just got banned, the new ones are up and running that very same day, if not the day after. This is fucking insane to me. This basically means that out of their entire operation, every time there's a ban wave, they are only getting hit by 10% of their WoW bots. 10%. Now remember what I told you earlier. These guys are not just running bots in World of Warcraft, but in 10 other games.
Of course.
That means whenever Blizzard rolls out a ban wave, actually only...
Because that's what they have to do. They can't just run more and more bots in World of Warcraft because eventually they'll hit market saturation. So you have to go into new markets.
1 to 2% of their entire botting operation is being affected by that ban wave. And the very next day, it's back up and running. This is fucking incredible. And it basically...
And what happens is that because they're able to make them... This is the reason why bots... It's because you can make more money than your cost to make it. That's the reason. So if you think about it, there's an equilibrium point where the amount of money that you've invested into the account is the same amount of money that you can get from selling the account, selling the action. So if you can ban them before that equilibrium point, you stop botting. If you can't, you have botting. It's that simple.
Means that Blizzard are doing something. I am not the one to say that they're not doing enough. But what we are observing, whenever we see a ban wave and we see the same bots running around right after the ban wave, and we're like, what the fuck? Why are these guys still here?
They don't
I
care.
thought they banned them. That's the explanation. Blizzard are banning someone, but they are only hitting one part of the software.
They're putting in the minimum effort required, and they're getting the minimum result. They're not paying VMs to actively look into this proactively. All they're doing is they're using some sort of hack program to collect 1,000 bots and then ban them and say, oh wow, we did this.
11 other mutations on that software is still up and running. Now let's get to your guys' favorite part. I'm terrible with math, so it's not my favorite part, so I would probably get something wrong, but we need to break down the numbers. If one bot, if 6 bots to make 2
So the only way to stop this from happening realistically is to do what South Korea does with
Fury of Frost!
big money situation is when you get a lot of the bots running, and then you can have. It's kind of like botting and like making these botnets is like it's like your own MMO. Like you're playing the game of not playing the game.
That's the information that we got from the Swedish guy. Then one bot is able to make a little more than that.
Yeah.
If you've watched my videos, you know that I like to do things. I want to make sure that we get it right. So let's say that we remove 20 to 30%. One bot is actually only making 250.
Sure.
That way we know the bare minimum of what we're able to produce. Then we take that number with times it by 12,000. It's $3 million. $3 million. And that's only from the World of Warcraft bots alone.
I need to start
botting. And botting on many other games as well. Of course, there's some integration costs here.
Yeah, I gotta start doing this.
There's subscriptions to Warcraft. There's
We should make it illegal to sell bots. Oh yeah, let's make it illegal. Well, then we can do it.
No escape.
Cloud service that they are running when they are running bots in the cloud, either in Europe or in North America. So let's just remove 1 million, just to be on the good side of things here. That is still a $2 million profit from running bots in World of Warcraft alone.
That's a lot of money.
Wrap your head around that for a second.
$2 million a month.
Now you have a rough idea of how much money these guys make. And that's why I'm fucking scared. Because if they're making $2 million just running World of Warcraft bots, ordering a hitman to fuck me up would be equivalent for them to purchase sneakers. That's how much money they're making. And the first thing that I thought about whenever I was thinking about a bottom market,
I would be surprised if they would do that and entangle themselves in something that could cause them risk. Because at the end of the day, like, this guy is like a mosquito.
Arms for the
like, if he
monastery.
gets 30 of their bots banned a day, the amount of money that's costing them is like nothing. And also, like, if somebody has something bad happen to them in real life, what a lot of these people are scared of more than anything is the actual authorities and law enforcement. But they know law enforcement is not going to dedicate time to going after them for cheating in a video game. But if somebody gets hurt or something like that, then you can have actual expeditions, you can have investigations, that's when the FBI gets involved. Like, they do not want to do that. Like, that is their, like, I don't think that they would ever do that. It's crossing the line. Well, it's putting, like, at the end of the day, many of the people that do this are probably doing it because they want to make money. They don't like, they probably agree with them that it's bad. Like, the botters are probably people that have played the game. They probably love the game in a lot of cases. But they're like, well, yeah, this is just my job. So, like, all they want to do is make money.
To something else, I was thinking about a drug cartel.
Yeah.
So this is a crazy thought. Just bear with me for a second. If you're producing coke all the way up in Eastern Plaguelands,
but if you think about, again, I think this is a good parallel. It's been very stated many times. Drug cartels do not want to fuck with American tourists. They don't want to have anything to do with that. They don't want to deal with the American fucking the American gangs like the fucking CIA and the FBI. Fuck no, they don't. Yeah, so they're going to do their best to avoid that because even if they come out ahead, the cost of that is so high. It's a huge risk.
And when the shit all the way down in 10 areas, let's say it costs $10 for a gram up here and $80 down here. The reason it costs $80 down here is because you have to transport all the way through Western Plaguelands, into hinterlands, gravity, wetlands, go to Notre Dame, go to Dumaroc, burning steps to get to Stormont, then you maybe sell it from Stormont all the way to Steamweedle Port.
I've no room for that.
Crossing all of these borders, there's a lot of risk involved. The police aren't just fucking. You're also dealing with very dangerous people doing these logistic and distribution things. That there's money involved. All of the middlemen alongside this road, they want to get some money. The guy who's fucking selling it from Stormont to Steamweedle Port, he wants something as well. That's why it sells for $80 down here. You have a very big chance of getting into jail for 10 years. You have a chance of dying doing this. Like, there's a lot of risk involved. Why would you ever risk running a drug cartel when you can just run 12,000 bucks in a video game and no one will ever give you shit? The police can never get involved in this. Blizzard is the police. Blizzard is doing good work. I can see
The police could get involved in this. Is
it from the media.
The police could get involved in it, but it would take something that is like astronomically huge. And also, the last time that Blizzard got involved with it, it was in Germany. And like, there's like not as much a cultural difference between Germany and the US. Like, probably. And so yeah, with Honor Buddy, right? I think that's also another big issue. Is like trying to do something to a person in Russia is not the same as trying to do something to a person in the UK.
They are banning people, but they are not on top of it. It's not like they're as I had the understanding in the beginning of World of Warcraft when I started playing it back when I was a kid. People were getting banned for almost nothing. You could say a slur to somebody and you would get a communication. So,
yeah, no, there was a person in my old server, this wasn't on PC, whose name was the N-word. Like, not N-word, but the actual one. And he had that name for like 8 months.
Shattering!
It was like a different eye, right? It was like that slanted eye.
They were on top of things.
Ninja?
But
Yeah.
it has gotten loose now. I support the bottom liberation is getting better. But think about it for a second. Why would you do all that risk of logistics of selling drugs, transferring drugs? The same people, the same type of person who started bottom liberation.
They make more money with drugs. That's the reason why. Yeah, they make way more money with drugs.
I believe that's why they call it the mafia. Because it's the same type of person. They just changed what they're selling, and they change how they acquire it. That's why I got scared. Whenever I saw my information being leaked in there, it was not the one that I received. It was the one that I didn't receive. And these guys are printing it more. That's why I got scared.
Of course they are.
I can understand it from the bugger's perspective. I understand it from Blizzard's perspective.
Wait, why does he pan to me and say understand it from the botter's perspective? I never bought it. I never did this. All my friends did. I never did this.
And I understand it, of course, from my own perspective.
What the hell?
I don't want to be a part of it because of what I want to do. The bars don't want to stop because they're printing money. And Blizzard don't want to stop it. Of course they want to stop it. They don't want to stop it that much because they are also getting money. And also, we do not understand the difficulty of removing bots. We see it from a player's perspective. I use 16 hours per day in this game. That's why I see the bots. But if the guys that are responsible for removing the bots are not the ones that are actually playing the game, they don't see how large a problem this really is. Because they don't experience it in the game. I believe it's important that the people that should remove the bots are also the people that actually play the game. Now,
It's good. You have like deputies where like everybody can like work together to like make a citizen's arrest. So if somebody's like botting, and then like 5 people get around them and all report them, and they'll have like a fucking lasso, and you can like drag them to the area, and like then have them investigated by Blizzard. I like that. It's good. Yeah, like deputies. Yeah, it's good.
Asmongold has a great point. I want to show this because he actually threatened
to kill someone just because your business isn't working anymore? Well, of course you do. Yeah. So, like, if you're actually doing your business and you can kill them, then not the business work, well, then why would you want to kill them? Right. Of course. Yeah. Duh. That's why they do it. That's why they're threatening them. Yeah. Fucking obviously. Yeah, I think that they're willing to threaten. Very unlikely they'd be willing to do anything for the reasons that I said. But yeah, of course they would threaten to do that.
I must maintain a fine balance.
So exactly as you point here, remember this is taken out of context. Asmongold is on our side. So don't take this out of context. I understand why I'm getting threats. I really do. And I understand if I said this in one of my very early videos, if I would receive a ban from Blizzard, I would understand it as well. Because in terms of conduct, they say that you cannot grief other players on hardcore. I don't qualify bots as being real players, because to me, World of Warcraft is all about killing NPCs. A bot is an NPC. I'm just killing an NPC within a game, to my defense. But I understand if you dig into the terms of use or code of conduct of World of Warcraft, I'm griefing. So I understand why Blizzard would ban me. I understand why the botters are interested in killing me, because I see the amount of money that they make, and I'm interfering with this. And of course I can understand it from my own perspective.
You can never interfere with it in a way that's tangible to Blizzard or to the botters. If they have 12,000 bots running and you kill 6 of their bots a day, they are not going to risk an international investigation to get rid of you unless they are very stupid. You just think about it from their perspective. Why would they do that? Now, at a certain point, maybe somebody could be that problematic, but it seems extremely unlikely. The only person and the only entity that can solve this problem is Blizzard itself. No other entity can solve this problem at all. Like, I guess maybe the government could if they required real ID, but other than that, no. That's it.
I would withdraw myself from this situation because I don't want to fucking die. And these guys that are getting death threats, they have security. I don't have, I can't afford security. They have, like, if you take an A-list celebrity, like one of these musicians or a movie star, they have like a 4-meter fence around their compound.
You can kill anybody. Security doesn't matter. You can find a way to kill anybody you want. Like, unless it's like a president or a head of state, it's easy to kill them. People always let their guard down. Yeah, it's common.
Do I look like a guy who has fence money?
Look at Luigi.
I can't afford that shit.
Yeah.
But what actually got me to upload another video was this thing coming up right here.
Okay.
In 2019 and 2020, Classic WoW release, I made a lot of gold making content, gold farming content, investment content, and the bot hunting content.
Yes.
I hunted down the bots like pretty much on a weekly basis and made content of it. I received threats as well. I received a couple of threats in real life in A4 paper, pen and paper threats in my mailbox outside.
That's cute.
One of them was slipped under my door. I'm still here. Nothing has happened.
I suggest you...
I took it to the authorities. Nothing has happened. After that, probably somebody just like sent a mail. I can send the mail right now from here to like Belgium.
Letter to any other pair
And he
of
talks
eyes.
about, continue on talking about this situation of him receiving threats. And it has gotten even closer to this guy because they were at his store. They were slipping a paper underneath his
He's overblowing the death threat concern in a major way, in my opinion.
I suggest do not wander.
I don't think that, I think it's very easy to say that when you're not in that position, and it's easy for me to rationalize and explain why it's statistically unlikely or logically inconsistent to do it. But when a person has that happen to them, they're not operating under the same logical facilities that they would be in a normal situation. And also, you don't necessarily know that's true. Like, me saying that's true and saying the odds are that this is the case, if I'm wrong, it doesn't really affect me at all. So, like, it's easy for me to talk about the statistical probability because I don't have any skin in the game. It's not really a risk for me, but for them it is. So, you see kind of what my point is there? It's like, yeah, obviously you can say that to somebody, but they're not going to believe it because it's happening to them.
Door. He would receive death threats in his mail, meaning that his information, he has also been doxxed. His information is out there as well. I realized apparently it's not difficult to just gain anyone's information nowadays. The crazy thing is that these botters, they had my old email. When I went to elementary school, the mail that I was using back then to create my Skype, my MSN, and my WoW account, as well as some other things, they had that email. I had forgotten that email even existed. I couldn't, this was mind-boggling to me. When I saw that email, there was like, holy shit, I used to have that email. How the fuck were they getting this information? But apparently that's not difficult. That's a whole other topic to talk about security. Like, I don't want to get into this. That's for someone else to talk about, not me. this last thing that Asmongold said is also extremely important, and that was what that was the tip of the iceberg for me that said I have to come back to this. I have to make more videos about this. I cannot put my tail between my legs and run away whenever this shit
It's gonna be really bad if this guy gets killed and people go back to this video and they say, wow, this is really good, and someone go back like that. I've got to say, that would look pretty bad if that happens. Oh, jeez, God. My bad. Well, you know, sometimes it happens.
Because it happens.
Did I do that?
You are relentless.
It's really sad. Yeah, obviously it makes sense why people would be doing this. I get death threats every day. People, and it's a very good way of getting people to not talk about things you're not doing. Is that nobody threatened to kill you if you do it, you don't want people to don't care about it that much. So they say, all right. I got people doing that with me with the H like anytime I have a video or anything, somebody wants to kill me over it. I mean, that's just, you know, welcome to the internet.
I probably believe that he gets
I was right.
And he still lives in the same house. He does the same thing. He eats the same thing. He wears the same clothes. Nothing has ever happened to this guy.
Yeah, maybe somebody shoots me tomorrow, though. You never know.
You are relentless.
That's just what can happen.
That makes you predictable. The time of the Faradin is nigh.
Yeah, I mean, you never know. Shit.
He does have security, but I don't believe that he's spending money on security.
Fury unleashed.
So if he's not scared, and if the other YouTubers are scared, then I should really. It's not just YouTubers and guys with Now he said this to me during our conversation. The only reason for murder is to make sure I stay locked in. Because trust me, they want me more than they want you. And this was the guy who showed me that they had my sensitivity. This guy's afraid as well. This means that both sides of the coins are getting death threats.
This is the beast that empowers
Now,
such
I want to round this video up because this is already far too long. And I want to round it off from this video. Don't go to your favorite streamer in OnlyFans and say react to this and react to that. You have to remember that some of the people from OnlyFans, they knew a fresh hardcore server would come out before it came out. And
That's
also
true.
Grubby and a few other streamers has said that they were paid by Blizzard to play for the first few days of the hardcore server.
Must be nice.
You could imagine that they are contractually bound to not talk about this stuff because what I'm
That's
telling
not true based off of the contracts that I've signed with Blizzard. That's actually just that specific circumstance is not accurate, but sure.
you is very negative stuff and it's not going to create good PR. These guys from OnlyFans, they are playing the game for fun. They do not want to talk about negative stuff. Respect it, okay? I respect it. And
Yeah,
I
you want to have an asshole talk about it? Come over here. Yep.
understand it. And most of these guys are probably contractually bound to not talk about it. So don't go after the OnlyFans streamers and say, why do they ignore this problem? They ignore it, half of them, because they are only playing the game for positive vibes.
This is when I stopped making videos complaining about modding. If Blizzard doesn't change, why should I? Why am I sitting around here trying to act like I'm the sheriff of the fucking video game? They don't even give a fuck about themselves. It's such a stupid thing to do. Like, yes, obviously, Thor's been pretty open about it. Yeah, well, I mean, sure. OnlyFans, it's a streamer. Now, yeah, well, that's what I'm saying here, right? Is it like positive vibes? It's not even positive vibes. It's just like, if you beat your head against the wall for a really long time, and you're not getting through to the other side, maybe you think to yourself, I shouldn't stop fucking hitting I should stop hitting my goddamn head. That's the reason why. It's nuts. Yeah, Marshall Asman get a rope. Yeah, I mean, I can't do anything. Like, if I had the ability to stop it, I would do it. But I recognize that I don't.
On the other hand, you can actually bound not talk about it because they were paid by Blizzard to play for the first couple of weeks here, or the first couple of days.
It's got nothing to do with Blizzard telling them what to do. Like, this is, dude. Bro, no. I wish you would stop watching anything related to World of Warcraft because it's something of the past. I'm not even so I never understood the type. I never played it. So every time I see you reacting or doing anything related to it, mostly it reminds me of whatever, I guess. Ultimate Grinder 15.
I carry few
Man.
possessions, and I don't have room for that.
You're in the good days. You might not know it, but you're in the good days. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, what a lucky guy. And so, anyway, the reason why OnlyFans streamers don't want to talk about it is because they don't care about botting in WoW. They're not a crusader against this. Like, a big problem that people on the internet have is that they spend so much time fixated on an issue online, and then it causes them to believe that everybody else needs to care about this issue as much as they do. And then what they end up doing is they end up alienating more people away because nobody wants to be told what to do or what to think about. It's stuck in the middle.
Fresh out of the show. Now, the last word is this. I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, we got the music.
I shouldn't have, in the beginning, put my tail between my legs and run away whenever things get sad. The show goes on, baby. We're gonna fuck these guys up.
You want to know what the most ironic thing about this is? I bet the guys in Taiwan probably watch these videos, and they're like, they probably watch and study these videos. They're like, thank you. Okay, yes, people can't. Yeah, I could see maybe this would be. Oh, so this pathing could lead us to this thing. Yeah, okay. So they're probably listening to it. They don't know what the hell this guy's saying. Yeah, this is. Yeah, it's like basically. It's like an audit. He's auditing them. Oh god. These are future patch notes? Yeah. It is really funny to see this happen. Man. The bots will not be safe on Fresh Hardcore. God, that's so fucking funny to me, man. That is hilarious for me to see this shit.
Yo, what up, boys?
Of course people are gonna do botting. Of course they're gonna do it. It's a big money situation. And you're gonna be making, like, you can make so much money botting. It is insane. And $3 million, I bet they're probably clearing, like, we're talking about, like, profit here. I bet they're probably making about, like, 6. Like, probably the market for this, like, the market cap for botting of online games is probably between $6 and $10 million a month, I would assume. And as with pretty much any sort of, like, market like this, I would say the, you know, semi-majority, 60-70% of it is held by one group of people. And so, like, whenever you subtract costs out of it and everything, like, they're probably coming out with, like, $2 or $3 million a month. It's a lot. And what's this here? I'll look at it. Botting was the only one fun way to play WoW. How do you even convert it into real money? Well, I mean, do you know Rev is being censored by YouTube? No, I didn't know that. Why are you so fearless? Well, I mean, I don't know why the bothers to get mad at me. If I didn't have my stream, I'm doing the same thing. Like, I don't see these, they're not bad people. They're just trying to make money. Like, I mean, if that's the reason, it's that simple. Yeah, what the fuck? I totally understand them. Like, it's easy to understand. As we his house gets infected by the plague and dies. Okay. Well, there we go.
Keep waiting, then.
How do they make so much money? Well, they make a lot of money because they run the bots and then they sell the gold. And they probably don't even sell the gold. They probably sell the gold to a third party or like a middleman that then sells the gold for them. Because like their goal like is basically operating at scale and hitting market caps and market saturations for each game and maintaining them and like figuring out how to optimize that further. So like they're probably not even about distribution or anything like that. This is a
Well, boys, the UFO phenomenon over New Jersey has only been getting wilder and weirder over the past few days. Yes, it seems to have dropped out of the media mainstream legacy coverage. However, we're all over TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube. People have been posting clips every single day of these UFOs impeding their personal space above their houses. And yes, things are getting really weird out there. Be sure to leave a like if you're watching this video. We're going to dive right into it right now. And right now we're going to look at this one from UFO's TikTok. Possible drone mothership spotted in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I told you, these guys have been moving more inland. And right now they're even landlocked. They're not only just above the ocean, they're moving closer to the center of the country from either side. Now, if this came from the East Coast, it's a pretty long way all the way out to New Mexico. This drone mothership looks like it's even moving. Look, it has sort of the orb plasmatic field around it as it changes color. I don't understand exactly what is going on. You know, some people would say that's just a Christmas star put on top of a roof, but clearly the roof line ends way below there. And this kind of gets obfuscated by the parallax of the roof. So you can tell there's a difference between how far that is in the distance and where the roof actually is. And here over in the comment section we have Meg saying, I just saw something like this yesterday at 28/12/24 over Zurich, Switzerland. They are not drones. They rotate and expand increasing light. That's crazy. We have Nak Nomo. You know what else is massive? I can only guess. These drone videos only get crazier and more exciting in the Pacific Northwest as this dude films in Vancouver, Washington, Christmas Eve. Clearly a helicopter in the foreground. He points that out. But what's in the background is really the most important part because something is going on with this drone. As you can see, the light is sort of pulsating. We're thinking it might be a plasmatic energy field around it as it moves in the background. And he caught it at different various locations moving through the sky. This is not normal airplane behavior. As you know, an airplane simply goes across your skyline. This is flying over this neighborhood in a circulating pattern. He doesn't know why, and it's actually pretty terrifying. You know, that could be Santa on his sleigh. However, I vehemently doubt that. As you can see, this drone or UAP seems to be emanating some sort of energy as it pulsates, getting brighter and darker across the night sky.
Obviously that is a helicopter. Blinking lights.
Showing the helicopter in the foreground really helps point out the distinction. I mean, we can see what clearly is the helicopter with the green, red flashing lights as it goes across the foreground, making the helicopter sounds. But this drone seems to be perfectly silent as it pulsates with glowing energy, either increasing in size or getting smaller. I don't understand exactly what we're seeing here. But even that goes to show they're even showing up in the Pacific Northwest. They're everywhere. And here, more drones have been shown in Madrid, Spain on December 27th, 2024. These are going international, even in the EU. People are finding these drones everywhere. And look, you can see the drones kind of are behind the building when they fly behind it. Looks like they're in a bit of a holding pattern above the city. This honestly reminds me more so of the Phoenix Lights than anything we've seen, although this is in a bit of a weird double arrowhead pattern. I don't know what to make of this. That would be absolutely terrifying to see in the middle of the night at 11 p.m. Guys, these are spreading around the world, and the mainstream media does not want you to see these. What won't the government tell us about these flying drones that are hidden all around the world? You can look these up on TikTok for yourself, Twitter, or YouTube. They're everywhere. They keep appearing. I got piles and piles of drone UAP footage every hour. This is insane. And over here, December 26, 2024. Guys, they haven't stopped appearing, and they're going worldwide. Are these drones, in fact, we're seeing? Some people seem to say they might be paper lanterns being released. They look a little slow, but I can't tell. They're pretty high up in the sky. They might be paper lanterns. I have my doubts. If it makes a sudden movement, maybe we'll be able to tell a little bit better. But this one just saw one fall down. I guess it might be a paper lantern. I don't know. In the comment section, people are saying lanterns. Yeah. Other people are saying it's worldwide. Honestly, I can't tell. Not even 2 days ago. Wow. December 27th, Staten Island, New York City, back to the east coast of the U.S. These look like two drones in the sky and pulsating lights. I mean, if you saw regular helicopter lights, they wouldn't pulsate with as much brightness in the vicinity, such as to illuminate clouds, as these ones are doing. I don't really know what is going on here. Perhaps they could. I don't think they would illuminate the sky as much as these do.
What is going on today, but what is
these are drone and orb interactions. They're getting crazier and crazier.
Not the only one seeing this.
It looks like the drones it looks like the drone's approaching the orb, and then the orb starts flickering itself and interacting with the drone. Are these two factions of different alien races interacting in the sky? Because you have it seems to me with this, you have sort of the plasmatic orbs, and then you have the mechanical drones, ships that are in the sky. But they don't really seem to mesh together, if you know what I mean. They don't really seem to mesh together, and that the technology seems to apply from one to the other. They seem to be wildly different and interact with each other in weird ways.
Not the only one.
Look at this. The triangle UFO over in Jersey is being followed by F-16 jets.
They look like a triangle.
This is military aircraft following a UAP, unknown aerial phenomenon.
Just flew over.
This is crazy. People in the comments saying Galactic Federation. One of them says, my mom saw one of these over Rutland, Vermont.
Go. But here they are. They look like a fucking triangle.
It looks like a triangle. That's scary. Look at this, bros.
No way. And an F-16 just flew over.
And F-16s are keeping pace, doing circles around it. I don't like where this is going. Now look at this one. Apparently this was filmed in New Jersey as well. A UFO flying away as an F-22 follows close behind in the middle of the day. That's pretty scary. I don't know what's going on. Look at it. It flies right over top of all the trees.
Yeah, sorry.
Looks like it's probably in the Pine Barrens area.
Yeah, the game is.
And you have a jet fighter flying overhead at a pretty low altitude.
Access. Will be sorry. Yeah, please do.
The UAP is running away. Wow, guys. That's frightening. There seems to be more interactions between the U.S. military Air Force. There seems to be more interactions between the U.S. Air Force and these drones than we were led to believe. I don't know why the mainstream media is talking about it. I want to know what the government. I want to know what the government itself is actually hiding in. Look at that go. And the jet fighter is keeping pace with it in its sights. We could be in an intergalactic skirmish, not gonna lie, very soon. I guess if I was over on the East Coast of this Jersey tri-state area, I would be going on vacation as quick as possible to somewhere sunny where you're not seeing these drones, okay? It's not good. Now, I want to know in the comments section, if you're a pilot, what you guys think of it, because this UFO is moving fairly slow at a low altitude, and the fire jet seems to be moving fairly slow to keep up with it. But, you know, with the jet engines, they can keep the altitude going pretty good. They can maintain flight pretty good. I want to know if any pilots are in the comment section. Tell me what you guys think of this, because this is pretty nuts footage to actually be seeing. Apparently, someone found a Tic Tac in Long Island, New York, just 2 days ago, filmed in the middle of the day. I don't know what that is. That's strange. It's clearly collecting light and reflecting it and moving pretty quickly across the screen of the skyline. It's going to go behind those trees. I don't like this. That's no plane. Wow. This is some of the scariest footage I've seen. Cigar-shaped UFO much? The Tic Tac is back, boys, and it's in the east coast of the U.S. again. Unlike last time, it has rejoined with the drones that are already out there. Now remember, they're still under a blanket no-fly advisory for drones, and you'd think if this was a man-made hoax, the drones wouldn't be up there. You wouldn't be getting new drone video every single day, and I mean every 2 hours there's new video out there. Every single day. It's crazy. So clearly the aliens or whoever's doing this is ignoring a federal aviation mandate. And if you ignore it, what will happen is they will actually scramble jets around you, okay? If you're actually flying illegally. First of all, and you'll be subject to federal felony charges if you get caught doing this. So whoever, if this is man-made, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. Look at this. Okay, this looks like somebody just did a crazy lighter thing. I don't know what this is. Cigar-shaped UFO. This, and it seems to be maybe alternating light. Is that burning orbit? Possible drone sighting in France. I'm not quite sure what this is. You wouldn't expect to see a drone do that going to sort of the music show. Someone said in the comment section. Someone said in the comment section, cigar-shaped UFO. This alien ship looks like they're using ionic plasma pulse engine and is reacting to the oxygen and nitrogen and CO2 in the air, most likely using the form of nuclear fusion. Now, they spelled nuclear wrong, so, and fusion as well, so take that with a grain of salt. I don't know what this is. Let me know in the comment section. Sounds a little weird to me. All right, the drones have moved further inland. Again, you're getting this Phoenix Lights phenomenon over in Texas just a few days ago. the man on camera jokes about having 12 gauges to use, so they're ready to shoot it down. You know, they don't mess around in Texas. This is a reenactment of the Phoenix Lights all over again. If you don't remember the year 1997, or was it 1996? There were giant lights over Phoenix, Arizona. They were red lights, sort of like this, not quite like this, but they were spaced out about as much as this, appearing over the city. Drones did not exist back then, so, but videotape did, and this was all over the news briefly. It was some of the scariest footage I've ever seen. I remember watching Unsolved Mysteries and being like, oh god, this is real. The X-Files are real. The Outer Limits are real. This is happening. And clearly in Texas, I mean, I don't think you judging how
Hold
far
down the
distance
button
is.
for gathering storm to
That's
build up
way
power
over-
before dashing through enemies.
like hundreds and
Striking
hundreds.
all, whirling
It's
assault
thousands of feet
deals a
up in the
lot.
air. I don't know if you
Enemies
can
near
get
the
a drone
target
that
of shattering
Not a
palm
commercial
will
grade
be
one,
covered in chunks of
or
ice.
consumer grade
If an
ones,
enemy takes enough
maybe
damage or
higher
dies,
tech
the
commercial
ice
ones,
will
you know,
explode.
I don't think that they
Enemies
are,
near the
and
target
they're
of
flying too close in formation to be planes. So this is pretty crazy and nuts footage we're seeing here right now. It's scary. These drones
Falling
moving
thunder
further inland,
is a
like I've been
light
saying
arm-
all week.
Sniper's mark.
Again, there's new drone footage every
Falling
single
thunder
day.
is
The
a light-
UFOs are making themselves known, people. So get yourself right and get yourself ready, because who knows what the hell 2025 or the last few days of 2024 have in store for us. Because that's no. Someone said in the comments of the video, that's Starlink. Starlink does not act like that. Okay, Starlink on a cloudy day you cannot see it, and it's not spaced out like that. Starlink is a straight line, folks. It's a straight line. This is all jagged and all crazy looking. This is not
War is the
Starlink.
last resort of the same.
This is another drone
It's the
sighting in
tides of
Mannheim,
madness.
Germany. Yes, the drones are now multinational, crossing oceans. What's scary about this is it's in a holding pattern
We now
above
have that.
the city. However,
Move swiftly.
it's not like a helicopter where the helicopter would have more variable sway on its
Ready
altitude,
yourself.
right?
We
The
must
helicopter
prevail,
wouldn't
no
simply,
matter
well,
what.
they
We
can do a
fight to
holding
the
pattern,
end.
right? But it wouldn't simply be at the same altitude all the time. It would have some variation.
Relentless assault!
This drone is probably several thousand, hundred or thousand pounds.
To the thick of it.
This is scary. I don't know what this is. It doesn't look like a man-made drone. It's really the size of it must be pretty huge. Most importantly, the helicopter whirring blade sounds. You'd hear a helicopter from miles away. This, no, not acting like one, and that's no plane. Possibly UAP sighting. Have you ever seen anything like that? What is this? I have never seen something like that. Like that. I've never seen someone hugely far away. I'm thinking actually this is taking sort of antenna support. Is what I believe this is, because the lights are too far away. It's like they're on the same plane, right? It's not angled like a plane would be, or even a drone. Or if this is a drone, it's pretty wide. Like there's no perspective of where of it being coming at you or on a different sort of area. It's like it's straight up and down. So I'm going with antenna on this one. Possible drone sighting, Greenville, South Carolina. Someone said that's very clearly an airplane. I'm thinking, yeah, they're right. But what I'm thinking is, what are those the size of the airplane? Okay, they didn't quite tell me. Stars, right there in the clouds. Someone said orb. It might be massive new drone sighting in Jersey. This is only like a day and a half ago. Someone said, it could be your blimp. Maybe it could. Now, I don't understand why aliens would bother with red. This could be a military operation. We don't know. Air Force drone. We don't know. The phenomenon is first of all, more light restrictions, more drones in the area. military op, right? They can go ahead and be like, whatever. What are you gonna do? You're not gonna do anything, huh? And you know, it's the government, right? Sometimes, because the government is so large, one hand doesn't know what the other's doing. But the drones are still in Jersey, despite what the mainstream media say, and they actually got it all around the world. This honestly is the craziest one I've ever seen. Everyone's so close to explosion by it. I don't know what to think of it. I mean, it was too slow to be an airplane. Some sort of landing, other shit. But flying not too high altitude is done. So this one is the woods in Alabama, and apparently it's northern been chasing a man. And this guy actually has a gun with him, so he's been taking shots at the orb. And as you can see, the plasma field is fluctuating, but the orb has been chasing this man through the woods for apparently the whole story. The backstory is the past hour and a half, and the dogs are going crazy. And he doesn't try to engage with the orb either because it came very low to the ground, but it came close to charging him, so he actually drove as fast away as he could. But you can see the plasma field. These are close UAV phenomena. Again, all across. And even Europe, we're seeing signs as far as China. That's 2 days right here, right now. These are not airplane close to us. Not allowed for this. You see it going just over the bridge. Behind more bridge infrastructure. There is this folks. People, you cannot fake this one. Okay? This is clear evidence of these orb sightings, and we've seen how many are we seeing right here? Hold on, it's going to loop back. 2 or 3 more, and we say about 9 orbs. And look at that and how low they're flying. Nope, this isn't Starlink. Okay? This is not Starlink, people. This is floating below the cloud cover. It's very nice at night, but it's flying high enough just above the bridge. This is truly terrifying. Again, these drones or orbs are paying no attention to the flight advisory and scaring everybody. These orbs are fully look at this. Yep. Right behind the bridge. There he goes. Imagine how many people were on that bridge driving and just saw the orbs fly by them. We need to look this up and let me know in the comments. If we can find that, we're going to be December. But let me know in the comment section what you think about these orbs being spotted in Queens, New York. Someone said, each day the sightings, each day the sightings are getting more and more. Folks, this is the Santa on the snow. There goes Blitzen and Razor. There goes Blitzen and Prancer. Uh-oh. Now, if you want a whole map of how these UAP drone sightings are actually going, here's a heat map. And as you see, they're all converging in the United States area towards the center of the country. They're moving forward. No one believes me. No one believes me in the last one, and I've been saying it all week long. As we move closer to the East Coast, these are hot fucking Siberian flaming hot Cheetos with UAP drone sightings everywhere. This is scary, guys. It's another person watch the orbs go in the sky. What's that? That's game over. Someone says Todd. The 2025 trailer is insane. This is dead. We don't know. This is probably the most scary video I've seen. Like, floating in the cloud. It's not around it. I know it's scary. Look at it. It's like a plasmatic video. Isn't that scary? But this is, I think this is UAP orb phenomenon we're seeing. Yep, I'd say so. Now watch this. This is a UAP drone that's apparently exploding. We're gonna watch this. They said this one is like a fireball. The drone apparently got a little too close to a house, hit a power line. Watch this. It's behind the tree. It's getting closer. There, did you see that? It hit the power line. People were screaming in the background who were totally unaware that this happened. The drone actually exploded into the power line. You have proof of this? We'll actually have to look at it because this is scary. We might actually well, let me know. Personally, I'm pretty terrified. I hope the game is better. We learn more. I think we're going to learn something very big very soon because these have only been ramping up over the past few days, really over Christmas season. And as we approach New Year's, who knows what's going to happen. But 2025 is looking pretty scary. Pretty good for disclosure, but we never have unidentified aerial phenomenon, drone sightings, orb sightings as much and on as frequent a basis as you've had for the past few days. Let me know if you've been enjoying this video. Be sure to leave a like and I hope to see you guys in.
Hey, welcome to the before we start this week's show, a quick word about this week's guest. Dr. Amy Lee, she's a US board certified physician, sharing to avoid about 3 harmful foods you need to be aware of. She says these foods cause weight gain, they clog your digestive tract, your energy, and they wreck your skin. She's got a new video. harmfulfoods.com numeral 3 harmfulfoods.com. Dr. Lee details how to spot and avoid these foods. Easier weight loss, smooth digestion, and vibrant energy. We're linking to the video below, but once again, that link is harmfulfoods.com. Now let's get on with this week's show.
Dropping the furious of power.
Government knows what is happening. Our military knows and our president knows. And for some reason they want to keep people in this country.
Hey, what's up?
I just give people get our answers. Obviously, that's not satisfying.
does put the lie, frankly, to the assertions that this is some kind of mass hysteria. One of the biggest mistakes that the White House made with their national security spokesman, Jake Sullivan, last week, essentially the inference that what lay behind this was delusion by a large number of people. Some of them were deluding themselves. The truth is, as New Yorkers, the Homeland Security Office went over the weekend, it's very, very clear that people are seeing what appears. Help me in this. We're bringing in a great friend of the show and one of the old Lou. Welcome back to Reality Check. Tell us what's going on.
Well, thank you, Ross. And it's always a privilege to be with you and your audience. Highlighting this, you know, the bottom line, we've been saying for years now that we do not have complete awareness of what's in our skies. In fact, it was part of my resignation memo to then Secretary of Defense Jim Mattis. And despite the, if you will, the counter remarks of the Pentagon saying, no, we do, what happens, let me remind you and your audience just what happened last year. We started looking for these UAP and recalibrating our radar systems. We start finding Chinese spy balloons wafting over unchallenged over the northern continent of the United States. And step back even 4 years before that, there was clearly some situation in Colorado.
The second bow before your king.
FBI was called out, and they had no idea to this day who was behind operating. Now, what I will say is very interesting is that some of them are being imported without the global should sound like. So there's two types of drones we have.
My queen!
What are you doing? What's happening.
This thing that you've termed the 5 observers are any of these objects, and I will use that
my will!
are any of these objects
We will have blood!
and
Yeah, Ross. Yeah. People reporting these things the authorities look at a new site in some cases over major urban area, capital areas. There seems to be some characteristics on the water.
We will blot out the sun!
And it's and low observability. You can see them on radar. Somebody investigating it lost power. There's no private drone fell to the ground. And we disappeared into what was described as thin air. Now, I wasn't there myself to see those drones, but I can tell you I have video of these things actually over Andrews Air Force Base. They were over Langley Air Force Base, over really sensitive facilities that we have here in the United States and overseas. You're right, this is not just New Jersey, it's California, it's Florida, it's Virginia, it's Maryland, it's Washington, D.C. These things are becoming, whatever they are very, very brash. They're not really afraid to be seen at night.
Let's look at the White House's response, Lou. I'm going to say it. By any measure, it is a messaging, public relations disaster. Do you agree?
The war
It is a catastrophe. I have never seen an administration handle a topic as poorly as this. Even you mentioned John Kirby. You know, I hate to say it, shame on him. He comes out and tells people, oh, all these are manned aircraft on normal flight patterns. Meanwhile, you have literally members of Congress taking pictures and videos of their cell phones of these things over their house and hovering in some cases.
It'd be funny if it wasn't so crazily serious. I mean, I mean, you literally, one of the funniest things I've seen on the web today is a drone flying in the White House press room as John Kirby's giving that explanation. I mean, it's obviously somebody was having some fun with CGI, but what is going on in the White House, Lou? Why would they say these things when they're so transparently false?
Ross, it's only one of two things, and that's all it can be. Either A, they do know and they're lying, they're not telling the American people, or B, they don't know and they're incompetent. That's it. So either they're lying or they're incompetent, but there is no other solution. And either one of those is really a bad place for this administration to be in. You know, there's a long history of debacles to include the Afghanistan withdrawal and a bunch of other things that we just continue to drop the ball on. We're not informing the American people of the truth. And this is yet another example of whatever reason this administration it doesn't seem to have a handle on things. Now, I will say this, Ross, fortunately, and this is politics aside, okay, so whether you're liberal or conservative or anywhere in the middle, it doesn't matter. This new administration, independent of how someone may feel about this new administration, they've got a lot of key people that are going to be on those cabinet positions that are extremely proactive and dedicated to getting to the bottom of what's actually going on. And I think people, once people really know the truth, the whole truth about this topic, and particularly the UAP topic,
sin.
You know, I think there's going to be a lot of reconciliation. I think there's going to be a lot of people having to do some serious thought.
All I can, the beast while I stare ruined.
It is hardest to forgive oneself.
So Lou, let me pin you down. David Grush and you have both said categorically that you know there is a secret retrieval program of non-human technology being operated by the US government. Now, we don't know if the drones that are operating over New Jersey and other parts of America are non-human technology. But let me ask you this in this way, hypothetically. Whatever those objects are, do you believe that the reluctance of the White House to tell what it fully knows about this subject matter has to do with the secrecy surrounding the retrieval program?
It's quite possible. I see two scenarios. I see either A, these are all U.S. made drones, meaning they're our technology, and we have a significant...
The beast has grown too powerful. We can no longer contain it through mortal means. There was once an empire that embraced corruption. They studied it, mastered it, and became the greatest civilization the world has ever known. But it led to their destruction.
Yeah, please do, because we'll talk about the alternative in a minute.
Our allies will continue the pursuit of the beast, but we shall undertake a different search. We must go to the ruins of the Val Empire, in search of a weapon against the coming cataclysm.
Why would we need to put up multi-lit coloured drones pretending to be aircraft if we've got the Nest teams?
No, that's a really good point. And they've also, why are they breaking protocol by operating only at night? Why are they breaking protocol by not coordinating with state and local tribal authorities as they should be, and other federal agencies like FAA? Why are they not using a transponder? Why are they not listed on flight-aware apps that you can have on your mobile phone to track everything in the sky? Why aren't they listing their flight paths with the FAA if they're commercial-type drones or military drones? There's a whole litany of reasons why that doesn't make sense. You're right. But I have to put it out there as a form of alternative hypothesis, because the other potential alternative is that we're dealing with two things. We're dealing with, and I don't believe it's foreign adversarial. I believe you could have both a mixture of UAP incidents with real drone incidents as a response to the UAP incidents. What do I mean? There's two sides of this coin. So in the old days, if there was some sort of UFO or UAP incident or a critical installation, we'd have to wake up the pilot, get into a helicopter, start up the helicopter, and fly. And you can only cover so much space with a single aircraft. Now we have drones. And so what we can do is have prearranged, coordinated areas in sectors or zones, if you will, and have the entire area geofenced. So if something breaks that perimeter, these things are automatically deployed. And they're going to whatever area they're supposed to go and just start doing racetrack reconnaissance. And that could potentially explain why some people are reporting SUV size and larger craft where the lights, the strobe lights, are not consistent with any type of navigational lights that we have or anti-collision lights that we have for aircraft. They are luminous. They potentially are maybe displaying some of the observables that we have at the Pentagon regarding UAP. And what you're seeing in response is two groups of people. One group of people that are reporting UAP incidents while another group of people are reporting the drone response by the U.S. government to look into these incidents, right? So they're hearing the sounds of the roaring propellers, and they see the navigation lights, and yeah, that's a government quadcopter going out to try to find these things. That's a possibility, or it could be something even potentially more nefarious, which I've never spoken about publicly because I think it's a bit of a reach. But we used to have a term called seeding. So if we were testing a supersonic aircraft, test aircraft we didn't want anybody to know about, and it crashed, we would go with a retrieval team, try to pick it all up as a government, and then in case we missed anything, we'd throw a bunch of parts of like a 1984 Cadillac alternator and parts of a Cessna and just make it really confusing. So if you picked up something, you didn't know exactly what it went to and what it was for. This potentially, really wanted to set up a whole bunch of notes in the area. And then people would start recording drones and pictures and say, oh, that was a drone that